What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are back again with another 90-day fiance video, and this one right here is a video that I said that I was thinking about making in my most recent upload, and you know what? I'm now making it, so this is it. But before we get into it, let's start off by giving a big massive shout out to every single person that is a member of the channel. And of course, if you want to become a subscriber, please do that. And also at the same time, like and comment to help the channel grow within the YouTube algorithm. But with that being said though, we've known for the longest of time that TLC have casted so many members in the past that have had racist past or even still do things now that come across quite racist. And because of that, TLC have been called out for not only just casting these people, but still bringing them back time and time again when clearly these people shouldn't be on national TV because they keep showing traits of them just being racist. That's just the grand scheme of it. So with that being said now, we've noticed that this season of 90 Day Fiancé season 9, they've definitely brought in a whole lot more diversity to their show. I think, to be honest, this is a season where they have the most people of color per se. I'm not too sure, but let's just go with it for now. But not only have they done that, but they've also, well, here's the thing. There was a scene in yesterday's episode, well, the most recent episode of 90 Day Fiancé season 9, episode 3. And I'm going to show you this scene right now and then explain exactly why it has caught my attention.
I insisted on this because I know it's a big deal, but I think we need this. We need a date night, and then tomorrow we're going to go meet Kevin, and we're never going to leave ever. Okay?
That's fine.
As a mother, I would have probably said no to a date night, but it's been 2 years since I've seen Kobe, 2 years since we've been intimate. I'm a born-again virgin, pretty. So, like, I know it's so crazy. We're in Salina. Like, what do you think?
I noticed something like when I first worked here.
What?
It's like I was the only black person. I don't know. Yeah.
There's not a lot of black people here.
I had a feeling like this in China, like, you know what I mean?
I know.
In China, there are no black people like black Chinese. And when they get to see a foreigner who's black, so they're like, some are really like excited. Some feel like we are dark in skin because we are dirty, we don't shower. They look at us as less of a human. I can say that.
Are you uncomfortable?
Yeah, to be honest. I'm from Africa, babe.
I don't think you're the only one. I think there maybe is like one more, but so I know what you mean.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so you know. Salina is a small town, and sometimes I feel uncomfortable, like, you know, seeing myself as the only black man. So it worries me because I just want to be in a place where, you know, we have diverse culture and stuff like that.
I mean, obviously, I hope you get like comfortable with it later on, but at first.
Yeah, listen, I don't want to think about, like, you know, I'm focusing on you.
Yeah. I'm so cute.
And I love you.
I love you.
So here's the thing. When this scene came up yesterday, I was like, okay, cool. Then I rewatched it today. And then I was like, I feel like there's an agenda being pushed here. And I said to myself, here's the thing. For so long, people have been complaining about certain people coming back time and time again when they have a past or even have a present of saying things that are just not proper, shall I say. And then now we've got a season of a lot of diverse. And then we get to a scene where Kobe's now talking about being the only black person here and there. Now, here's the thing. It is common for people for black people to mention that they are the only black person within a certain area. That is a common thing. But to then reference about not feeling as if you're human because that's how people look at you, and then referencing to the dirt, you know, referencing to our complexion or that kind of stuff, I was thinking, raw, man's kind of going a bit too in, considering he's only just got there. Like, it couldn't be that deep, you know what I mean? But even if it was, either way though, from my experiences, especially being African man myself in particular, usually we don't really care. Once we're in a different country, we're just like, listen, man, this is what it is, man. Let's get on with it. Unless they say something to me, I'm just gonna continue. So the fact that he was so vocal about it, to be honest, it made me think, I don't really feel like these words were words that he really wanted to say. It made me feel as if he was saying these things because maybe that was the whole plot. Maybe that's what they wanted him to speak about. Because if he's speaking about it, then therefore means that TLC are actually doing something about, one, being diverse, and two, bringing attention that, you know, it's not easy for people to fly from one country to another country and then experience a scenario or a lifestyle or community where you're the only person of color or the only person of your culture. Now, here's the thing though, even though it is a good thing to bring these things onto national TV, The only issue is that it feels like this, for me, myself in particular, it felt a bit more forced. It felt like it was something they only did because of all the scrutiny they've received over the last couple of years. And especially with the most recent season of 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days, talking about everything that happened with Elena, obviously her getting removed from the show because of her racist past, but then Mike being allowed to stay on the show even though he had that obviously did, create a lot of controversy. But then also on top of that, we've also had complaints about people like Angela Deem, who's also still on the show, and the things and the way she's behaved. Then we've had complaints about people like Big Ed, and the list goes on and on and on. And obviously everyone's had complaints for different reasons, but obviously this one itself in particular is more around, just them saying things or behaving in a certain way that definitely is subjective to say that, these people may just be racist to some certain degree, or to be fair, there is no certain degree. See, if you're racist, you're not. You know what I mean? There's no middle lining. Let's not say that. Come on now, Mike. But here's the thing though. Do you think that I'm just being a bit too far-fetched and I'm reaching here? Or do you actually agree and see where I'm coming from and how I feel like, for me, myself in particular, I just feel like this was more forced, and I feel like the only reason why this was put on the TV screen in particular was more for TLC to cover themselves, but it was more for TLC to cover themselves and for them to say that, yeah, we are actually now tackling it. But here's the thing though, I guarantee you that this is the only scene we're probably going to hear anything about Kobe feeling different because he's in another country. Because let's not forget though, he just said that when he was in China, he already felt like this. And from my experiences, most people who feel one way, from my experience, people who've already been through it, when they go somewhere else, it doesn't faze them as much in any kind of light. So the fact that he's already experienced it and he's now talking about it again, it's like as if he's trying to force it as if it's like a new experience, when in reality it's not a new experience. It's just a topic that has been put in front of him by the producers to say, hey, make sure you talk about this. Make sure you mention this. And let's not forget though, he has been away from his child now and from his woman for 2 years. Throughout that time of them having phone calls on the FaceTimes and everything like that, do we really think that they've never spoken about obviously where she lives? Do we really think that he's never really asked about what the people like? What's it like to be in that city? What it's like to be obviously in her town? Trust me when I tell you, anyone that is cautious about moving to a country where it's predominantly white or a state is predominantly white, they're going to be asking those questions. And let's be real, most cast members that do end up moving to the States, they always ask their partner, oh, so where are we going to live? So what's it like? Who's there? I mean, we've seen it from Miona for sure. She's made it abundantly clear that she didn't want to be where she wants to be. She made it clear that she didn't even want to be in South Dakota because it sounded nothing like the city. I mean, Hamza made it abundantly clear that Michigan wasn't the place he wanted to be because it was nothing like a city. So obviously means that these conversations are conversations that people do have because it is crucial conversations. People always, listen, no one's going to fly to a certain area and not know what's there. Who does that? All right, are you stupid? You know what I mean? So again, that's why I'm still pushing the narrative of where I believe that this whole scene is completely forced and isn't authentic in any kind of way. And it was just a way of TLC saying, hey, we've got a more diverse season. And not only have we got that, but we've also got someone else talking about what it feels like to be in a foreign country with predominantly white people when he was legit in China with predominantly Chinese people who looked at him in a certain type of way. But yeah, he's kind of saying as if this is all new to him, but in reality, it clearly isn't. And again, he's had 2 years to speak to his woman and have and build a genuine idea of what it's going to be like when he does move to the States. And also at the same time, he's obviously experienced her family being in the background, how they behave, all that kind of stuff. And trust me when I tell you, for most of us people of color, we don't really worry too much about what the era is going to be like. We worry more, black men specifically, we worry more about, are her parents going to be racist or are they going to be cool? As soon as we know that her parents are going to be cool with our skin, with our tone, we don't care about nothing else. Come on. So yeah, for me, myself in particular, I think the whole agenda was, I think this whole thing is just fake as hell and he's been put up to it. Just my thoughts based on my own knowledge of myself and just people that I know of my, whatever, yeah. Nonetheless, and also the things that I've picked up from in terms of the 2 year gap, and so the 2 year space, obviously they've had to get to know each other, obviously over the FaceTimes, amongst him obviously already being in China and everything else that's happened with TLC so far, and it's taken them this long to actually bring these things to light. Like, come on, really and truly. Now, I'm not saying they've never really done it before, but yeah. Nonetheless, though, thank you so much for your time. Like, subscribe, and peace.